Good evening. We're learning more tonight about the events leading up to APD Officer Jaime Padron's death. Brandon Daniel is accused of shooting and killing Padron in a Walmart parking lot early Friday morning. Daniel's mother tells KXAN she spoke to him just hours before. KXAN's Omar Lewis is live in the studio with more.
That's right, Josh. I just got off the phone with Brandon Daniel's mother, Mary Odell. She wants people to know the person she says Brandon was before Thursday night. A bright, witty, and talented software engineer who was extremely close to his mother and sister back in Colorado. But Mary Odell admits she knew something was wrong when she talked to Brandon on Thursday night, just hours before Daniel allegedly shot and killed Senior Officer Jaime Padron. Mary Odell says things were strange when she talked to her son late Thursday night.
I knew he didn't sound very good, and he told me that he'd been drinking and was taking Xanax and that he'd taken several, and I asked him if he was seeing a psychologist for depression, and he said no. He was almost incoherent, and I said, hon, you need to go sit down, and I said, I can barely understand you and hear you.
It was her first time hearing about the Xanax. She tells me he wasn't prescribed to the medication but suffered from depression after a bad breakup.
One thing he didn't have, there was no support system down there. There were no friends there, and with the loss of his girlfriend was very, very hard.
She says she had no idea her son would go to Walmart that night with a gun and later kill Senior Austin police officer Jaime Padron.
That evening seemed to have a strange, I just felt strange about it, but I didn't think anything. In fact, 5:30 Friday morning, I had emailed him to tell him I was thinking of him and tell him to have a good day at work and that I loved him, and I had no idea what had transpired by then.
It's a tragic set of events that has this mother wishing she could turn back the hands of time.
We feel equally tragic. There's a loss here of another individual, a person who represents order and protection in our society. There's nothing in the world that I could say or do that I think the family would care to hear. And if I could take the bullet for this officer, I'd stand there and do it so that he would be home today with his kids and my son would be home. And I would do anything to turn it around.
Mary Odell tells me she is yet to talk to her son, who's booked into the Travis County Jail on charges of capital murder and driving while intoxicated. For now, we're live in the studio. Omar Lewis, KXAN News.